I have been seeing pixie cuts become more and more popular. I don't know if it's just my TikTok algorithm feeding me this information, because you watch one video, you're gonna get fed all of them. So I don't know if I'm just being sent all of these women who are deciding to get pixie cuts right now, but even like, I think it was like Fashion Canada or something posted on their Instagram, is this the year of the pixie? I am a long-term short hair haver, okay? This is the proof. I have had short hair for over half my life, and short hair, what we would describe as pixies, for most of that time. And this is gonna be a video about everything that people don't tell you about getting a pixie haircut. If you have someone that you like go to for a salon or anything, you're gonna be charged a woman's haircut. You have like 95% less hair than the other woman coming in, or people coming in, you're gonna be charged the same. And it's gonna feel like highway robbery. You could always get your hair cut at a barber shop, but you would just have to make sure that the barbers are trained in keeping it feminine, because there are a few tricks that hairstylists use that will keep a pixie on the feminine side compared to masculine side, if that's what you want. I've had, as you see, many short hair varieties. I have some dots to the side here to try to keep me on track. So I feel like no one talks about is they are not easy to maintain. Generally, short hair is not easy to maintain. You're going to have to go and get your hair cut depending on the cut that you have or want to keep, your hair type, and how fast your hair grows. You'll be going 4 to 6 weeks, about there, because every cut will have this like maximum growth that it can get to before it starts to look like crazy with all the layering and textures that get put into pixie cuts. And if you're paying women's haircut prices, it's gonna get expensive. If you are blonde and you want to stay blonde, say goodbye to off scalp bleaching and say hello to on scalp bleaching. Because when your hair is this short, there is no way, absolutely zero bleach will touch your scalp. There's just no way. So if you get really bad reactions to when bleach touches your scalp, maybe think twice, maybe just go for a bob instead of a pixie. Pixie cuts are not easy to take care of once you get them. Heat training your hair, if you don't know what heat training is, it's basically blasting your hair at the root for like, you're like 1, 2, 3 off, 1, 2, 3 off, 1, 2, 3 off, and like that's it for the day. It's to help your hair reassign its growth pattern, basically. A big issue that a lot of people have is their hair gets poofy. Because when you cut the hair that's been so used to all of this weight its whole entire life, and you cut it all away, it's gonna go because it's not used to being free, and it needs to relearn how to grow straight. Of course, this only applies to straight hair. So you'll need to have a hair dryer, which I think if you have long hair, you would already own one. Depending on your haircut, you'll need roller brushes, combs, etc., etc. It's pretty much the same hair tools as with long hair. You're gonna get a shock of your life when all of a sudden you have to be doing your hair every morning, because there is no more messy buns. There's no more messy buns, there's nothing there. You can't whip your hair up into a quick ponytail to run out the door. If you have short hair, you're gonna get cowlicks. And you're gonna have to reset, a nice wet reset your hair almost every morning, depending on what you're doing and your hair type. All that good stuff. To go along with heat training and brushes and tools and stuff, hair product, necessary. You're going to be diving into gels and pomades, things like that. Generally, steer clear of drugstore. I'm Canadian, okay? So to my Canadians, steer clear of drugstore stuff like that. The only thing the drugstore is really, really good for like hair products is the Got2b gel. I don't really like the Got2b pomade. I find it really heavy and greasy. A good way to find products that won't break the bank, but will be in a more elevated drugstore would be Winners. I definitely suggest going to a Winners Marshalls and just take a look at what they have. If you have the ability, go to one in a higher income neighborhood, let's say, because they usually have the better brands. Now that like taking care of your hair is pretty much discussed of like what has to be done, this is the one people really don't prepare you for. I have seen the videos and the comments. I'm doing this video for you people out there who really want a pixie. You will be getting comments. And you may be surprised at who they come from. It will be your friends. It will be family. If you decide to post on the internet, it will be strangers. Most of them may be positive, but you will get really negative ones. In my experience, I find that women tend to comment doubtfully, if that makes sense. Things like, why would you do that? I don't like it. I don't think it was a good decision. This is a good one. What will your husband say? What will your boyfriend say? Won't that make dating harder? Aren't you scared that men won't like it? A lot of it stems from their own issues. One that I still get to this day is, I wish I could pull it off. I wish I could wear my hair short. And it's like, well, you can. It's hair. You can do whatever you want. You may also get more like depraved comments and like ageist comments, because people tend to only comment these kinds of things for young women or young people in general. They usually say, but you can have long hair now. Why would you cut your hair short like an old lady? And like, that's their own issue, again. But people will verbalize it to you for their own internal problems, just like anything else, just like weight loss, weight gain, a bad acne breakout, anything like that. People will comment on it. People will comment on your hair freely and without holding back, in my experience. I have not forgotten about the comments that men tend to say. If you're in school and you're just a teenager still, you may get more negging comments. My most depraved comment came at me when I was in high school. I won't share it because he did apologize to me after we graduated, but you're gonna have to be strong because people can be really mean in school. And when you're an adult, it's easier to walk away. And I know in high school or elementary school, it's not that easy because you see these people every single day, right? So I think that's the most important thing about getting a pixie is just, you're gonna get bad comments. If you're an adult, boys and men generally say the same thing. Like, they're not as creative as they think they are. So all the time, over and over again, I would always get like, you look like a boy, why would you do that, yada, yada, yada. They're all the same, really. So it's an interesting world out there. And for the most part, for both genders, there's overall backhanded compliments of, like I was saying earlier, oh, you're so brave. Oh, I would never do this to myself. Because then it's just the doubt that sets in of like, well, did I make a mistake? You know? And nothing with your hair is ever a mistake. Unless you do some at-home bleaching and give yourself ramen hair, maybe that was a mistake. Hair grows back. That's the beauty of hair. And if you don't experiment with your hairstyle, then how will you ever know what's really you? I really hope that I got my point across. I feel like I really didn't emphasize how much the comments will come in when you cut your hair. So I'm just gonna I'm just gonna say it again. You will be getting comments. Good, bad, ugly, mean, depraved, nice. You'll get nice comments. Don't think all of them will be bad. You'll get some nice ones. But the comments, always. And one of the last things that I want to just quickly mention is if you are out on the scene and dating right now and you're on the apps or whatever, however you're meeting people, if anyone says to you, I don't usually like X woman, person with short hair, but run away. Run away. Don't even bother. Go on to the next person. Because if you think a man is self-conscious, you don't even know the half of it until you get short hair. The amount of times I have had men try to convince me to grow out my hair because I would just be so much prettier if I had long hair. It's not even worth your time. It's not even worth your time. So the second they give you that little red flag, anything to do with hair, anything in conversation, run away. The only acceptable thing is I love your haircut. Beautiful answer. The only right answer, actually. I hope I was a little bit helpful for anyone out there who might be thinking of getting a pixie cut. If you have any other questions or concerns, you can always comment and I'll try to answer. I'm not a hairstylist, so I can only speak to my years of experience of having short hair. Bye.